to our online gallery. Today we want to talk about this piece here. As you can see, it's a piece with butterflies being the main subject matter. Did you guys know the name for this one?
Butterfly cluster. Mainly because when I started the piece, it had to do with the side where we have this carving of the butterfly with the main color of the mosaic. In nature, you'll see that thousands of butterflies cluster together on tree branches and other forms. And when I first saw the piece of wood in its raw form, I saw caterpillars and I saw butterflies, and the natural form that I put the color on just had that feeling. So that's where I started on the design.
You had been asking us, well, which side are we going to use? And you're like, I like this side, but I also like this side. And then you're like, there's butterflies on this side, and there's this and that. And I think
and I love both sides.
Yeah.
So when you can't decide which side to use, we decided to use both sides.
And it was really funny because when we looked at this piece, it was actually very intimidating to Daniel and myself on who was going to work it. But once I actually started the process, I was like, I might have bit off a little more than I can chew. And so on the design, I was hoping that I would be able to balance keeping the bulk of the wood textures and colors and tones intact, and adding a few splashes of color and a few design elements that would accent the overall piece and not compete with it. And so
I do remember thinking, like, I really want to work on that piece, but I really don't want to mess it up because there's all these knots and all these beautiful burls, and you're just like, okay, we're gonna put some stone on it because that's what we do, but how can we do it without taking away from the beautiful knots that are already there?
Whether we're doing a piece of wood for a table or a sofa table or a piece of wall art, we want to respect what is already there. We're studying it, we're looking at it, we're letting it speak to us, we're letting us tell us not too much, just a little bit here.
Yeah, because I think
a little bit there.
I think we spent, 2 weeks looking at it, and we were like, oh, maybe we could add some, butterflies was like the first thing that really spoke to us, but you I think at least spent a week or two just kind of looking at it, thinking about it, and of course, as you're going, it takes us more than a few weeks to make it, you were seeing more and more things, and adding little touches, because originally, we had probably half as many of these butterflies on this as our original thoughts, and then we kind of kept. And then this, I don't remember talking when I was involved. We weren't talking about doing any of this, in the first week. So I came back after a week of working on my projects. And this thing looked totally different than what we originally talked about.
And that's where the idea of the butterfly cluster came out, was we just saw that natural darkness versus the lighter tones in the wood, and it reminded me of how when they come down in nature off of a branch, that they just kind of droop like a cluster of grapes. And so I thought, well, color would be apt because butterflies are very brilliant, but we wanted to incorporate different tones and colors. So it is a little bit more abstract, but there are some butterflies in there to give you the idea and to follow through, because the butterfly clusters in nature, if you actually look at a photo of them, they are very abstract. You wouldn't really know what you're looking at until you see the butterflies that are actually floating away or flying away from the actual cluster. So it just took a little thinking about how we wanted to present that.
Yeah.
Also, one of the things that we we wanted to leave something for you to discover. And Daniel and Jason were talking about how we looked at it, and we as we're working on it, we're trying to decide what to do with it. Just certain things came out. And when you get this piece in your home, you're gonna, every time you look at it, you're gonna discover something new.
Again, this was built on the other techniques that we had been working with, doing the carving, adding the three-dimensional element to it, beyond just the imagery or the inlays, because this presented the opportunity for a more creative process, such as the antler, inlaid with labradorite. And being able to get that brilliant blue coming off, and then inlaying the rather fragile butterfly wings.
Yeah, so this is butterfly cluster. My dad commissioned it to Jason. Jason worked on it, and I was too scared to touch it. But we'll be talking about more pieces that we have. You'll see albaras back here. It's a wall hanging that I got to do. It'll be another beautiful piece. And we'll have other videos online in our online gallery. For the month of February 2021, we'll have our online gallery as our homepage, and we'll have blog pieces so you can see more photos and any other videos that we do on these pieces. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.